We've got company.
Another glorious battle. Next one's mine. Watch your back. On your right.
soldiers by the watchtower. Take care.
Envoy, what are you doing here? Our report said you were still in Fjord. We were outnumbered. It was more efficient to let the living lands do our work for us.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't tear your soul apart.
Because one wrong move from you and my soldiers will shoot. Now, state your business, and don't waste my time. We're moving out. Mission plans are confidential. Besides, this is my tower. You play by my rules.
You're in no position to offer us terms of any sort.
You're forgetting you're in hostile territory.
Fine. If I relay my orders, will you leave us alone?
I make no promises for your survival.
I'd take her at her word.
With Andra's mortar gone, Adia saw a passage to the uncharted world. The living lands were perfect. They had resources, land to build stable ports. We didn't anticipate the Dream Scourge would ruin Fjord's crops, but, well, we used the famine to our advantage. It wasn't personal. It was a token to prove my honor. It's tradition. You know that. That sentry's death is his own fault. He killed my standard-bearer. My soldiers demanded a response. As such, the ring is mine by right. That's the last I'll hear of it. And you know about leadership, do you? On a campaign like this? My soldiers have seen the living lands. This is a fight against chaos itself. Then take the damned thing if it means that much to you.
Good one! To your left!
Another soul for the wheel.
That's one for us.
Watch for spiders.
I believe that's star metal. We should take it to a blacksmith.
Nice! They won't get past me! Here it comes.
Careful with that thing. We're not even sure what it does. And some of us have to sleep here. Let me think. I hope Thirdborn is a good community for my people. We've been through a lot.
Thirdborn's rough around the edges, but it's full of good people. They'll have your back when you need it.
Survivors, in other words. In that case, maybe your kin are a good match for mine.
Is he done? Is the captain dead? Don't you understand? The point of all this was to make her pay. To what? A life? Where? What do you think my family has left? And what good are we? My sister can barely speak. But if I'm gone, who will listen to her? Will our cousins take her in? I expected more from you, godlike. But I won't go. At least not yet. I need to sit with what you have said a while.
Let's do this.
Here we go!
Watch your right!
Everyone okay?
Gods, what happened here?
A moment of your time, if you please. From one Adiran to another. I go where the Inquisitor commands, just as you go where the Emperor commands. So, did you enjoy our little bonfire? Inquisitor Ludwig was pleased with our efficiency.
You irredeemable fucking swine!
Keep her on a tight leash. No need for this to get out of hand. We'll see about that. Believe it or not, the Steel Garrote owe you an apology on behalf of Inquisitor Ludwig.
Bring us her severed head and I'll consider it.
That temperament of yours is exactly the problem she is trying to solve. Our attack came together in haste. You should have been informed, and I regret the oversight. One way or another, your messy Verno was always going to burn. Weak government, chaotic farming, dangerous research. They never had a chance.
What right do you have to cast judgment on us?
As the future caretakers of the living lands, we do only what is necessary. Fjord Messiverno's reliance on animancy and stubborn individualism has done nothing but drag the living lands down with them. Help takes many forms. Look, I'm only telling you this because you deserve to know Ludwig's intentions for the living lands. If Heelgard cannot maintain a grip on the living lands, then the Steel Garrote will simply take it from him. You see, the Steel Garrote answer to the Burned Queen, not your floundering empire. And we will break from Adir if that's what it takes. And while he frets in the throne room, his puppy dog soldiers will chase their own tails. Inquisitor Ludwig sees something in you, Envoy. She wants to cultivate your potential, as she did mine. You don't want to get between her and the fate of the living lands, so let this serve as a warning. Our grasp on this island is going to tighten, even if it costs us allies along the way. Acceptable losses. What you do with this information is up to you. Either way, Emerald Stair is just the beginning. Feel free to prove us wrong. The Steel Garrote love a challenge. Before I let you go, a little bird sang in my ear that you're going to Shatterscarp.
Word travels fast.
Of course, that would have been impossible with these meddlesome rangers in the way.
You didn't.
I took the liberty of removing them. It's a shame, really. Honorable folk to the last. Inquisitor Ludwig is always watching. When you arrive in Shatterscarp, give this letter to Temerity. Compliments of the Inquisitor. No need to keep you any longer. Let's hope our next meeting is under more favorable circumstances. And here I was hoping for a chance to work together, but you've dashed it soundly. Be seeing you, envoy. Sooner or later.
So that's it? We're just letting her walk away? Fine, but I'm holding you to that. I don't want to see you again. Is that clear?
Crystal. Good luck with her, envoy. You're going to need it.
I didn't think it was possible to hate someone this much.
I'm sleeping with one eye open tonight.
You came to Emerald Stair looking for answers. And now we're leaving with more questions. How do we fight the Dream Scourge? What can we do about Sapadal? And where is the garden? Not to mention, why the Steel Garrote burned my fucking home to the ground. Then we had better prepare to fight back. I will not forget Fiume Siverna. Everything it was, and everything it could have been. And I will never forgive. Never.
So on top of the Dream Scourge rotting your fields and turning kith and beast alike into monsters, now we've got a Death Guard Inquisitor and the Steel Garrote dogging our steps. Do you think Ludwig will try something similar in Thirdborn? Thirdborn's a rugged place that attracts rugged people. Lots of Rawatayans, scramble routes with no prospects back home, washouts from military or mercenary life, sailors in search of steady ground. Add to that a motley assortment of pirates, free spirits, and people who like living under the loosest grasp of the law, and you've got Thirdborn. But rumor has it something's amiss in Shatterscarp. Strange dreams, disappearances, people wandering into the desert and never returning, or coming back. Changed. Their bodies and minds twisted, corrupted. Some confused and disoriented like Belena, others violent like Adelaro.
At least that tells us we're on the right track. This Dream Scourge is one of the weirdest things I've ever tried to hunt. Town full of survivors. Anyone who decides to stake out a life in Shatterscarp isn't someone you want to mess with. Good enough people, though. And generally less likely to rob you or bore you to sleep than other places we've been.
Everything we learned in Naku Tadek points us to the garden. Thirdborn is just a stepping stone. But we don't know anything about the garden. It could be a myth or a metaphor. Whatever the garden is or isn't, it's our only lead. We find the garden, we find the Dream Scourge. Yardsley is a master of the unknown and the unknowable. No mystery eludes her for long. If there is a path to the garden, Yardsley can lead us to it. I'd follow her anywhere.
Or maybe that god poking around your soul could give us directions.
Ask for directions. Why didn't I think of that? Kai, that's brilliant. Whatever Sapadal tells us will be filtered through a lot of metaphysical noise, but it couldn't hurt to try. This is so exciting. Sapadal? It's Giada. Giada Castel. If you're listening, could you please tell us more about the garden?
Castel. Castel. Why does this name sing to us? A voice through murky water. The garden stifles the notes. We cannot reach. The branches bind.
Did you get anything? What? No. They must have confused me with someone else. Clearly your link to Sapadal isn't as strong as it was in Naku Tedek, but I'll take it over nothing.
I'll pass. I've heard too many ghost stories that start this way.
Right. If I wanted to waste time, that's what I carry a flute for.
Just me then. Really? No one else has a question for the god of the living lands? Fascinating.
So let me see if I got this straight. We're looking for the garden, which might not exist. Our best lead is Yardsley, an eccentric scholar who's gone ahead to Thirdborn, where the Dream Scourge may be ravaging.
Don't look at me. I was fine going back to Paradise. Stop. You're aggravating my ulcer.
Listen, I hate to ask this, but while we're in Shatterscarp, there's something I need to do. Something I owe Tama. There's an old battlefield near some Pogrunan ruins. Area called the Shark's Teeth. Tama lost his badge there. I need to get it. Thanks.
Takes courage to go back for something you lost. I wouldn't have it in me.
Get some rest. Sleep is good for the soul. Maybe this doesn't need to be said, but I don't blame you for what happened to Fior Misiverno. I just wanted you to know. You aren't responsible for the sins of the Steel Garrote. I'll get the bastards who did this. One way or another, I'll make them pay.
Sleep well. We've got a long road ahead.
Kai, you've killed people before.
Good evening to you, too. And, yeah,
Have you ever been haunted by one of them?
well, the first has always stayed with me. This was in Deadfire. We were boarded by a valiant pirate.
Right. Give me a minute. There's a lot going on right now. I do. I'm just not sure that's where we need to go. Growing up, I heard stories of a garden. in the center of the living lands. I thought they were just stories. No one living had ever gone there. We were just supposed to protect it. No one has ever been there as long as anyone knows. There's legends, right, but nothing more. Nandru's the only one who went to the garden and made it back. Which is interesting because you kinda look like him. Founder of Solus. Lived centuries ago. More or less the biggest hero in Galawain's tusks. You have the same kind of face things from what I've seen. You know, the, fungus stuff. Maybe. I mean, yes. There's a resemblance, sure. But no one alive has ever seen Nandru other than a few statues and descriptions and legends. And we're talking about oral legends, passed down for centuries. Who knows what's true and what's dramatic license? I guess. I wouldn't put too much faith in it. There's just a lot of stuff from the old times that isn't as true as we think it is. A lot changes here over centuries. Like the garden. Even if someone knew how to get there, they knew it hundreds of years ago. Who knows if the garden even exists anymore? I don't. You seem to talk to Sappadal in dreams and visions. Maybe you can find something that way. Look, this gods and magic stuff isn't my expertise. Come find me when you need an antivenom for a windsnake bite. I need to get some rest before I get all worked up. Grab me when you're ready to go.
I once heard rumors about a cataclysm in the Deadfire. Something about the lost city of Ukaizo. Does that ring any bells?
The higher-ups with fancy hats were looking for it, but that was all above my rank.
But there was also talk of a broken machine. A device so large that it towered over the city.
It definitely sounds like the kind of thing the fancy hats would have been interested in. But why are you so curious about something on the other side of the world?
I have my reasons.